6:30. Coffee Music will be doing this every Thursday. When the weather's nice, we'll be outside with the great live music. It's the songs at 6:30. It's Colleen for 100.7 The Bay.
Well, you get a line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line, I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line, I'll get a pole. We get down that crawdad hole, honey, babe of mine. Now what do you do when the creek runs dry? Oh, what do you do when the creek runs dry, babe? Oh, what do you do when the creek runs dry? Watch those crawdads die, honey, babe of mine.
Have you ever stubbed your toe on that little piece of metal that sticks out from the bed, you know, when you're a little bit groggy in the morning? Yeah, so I kind of took me off balance and I went flying into an old heirloom, a mirror that had been in our family forever, you know, put a crack in it. I'm supposed to get 7 years of bad luck, but my lawyer thinks he can get me 5. I don't know. I'm going to work on that. Well, I do believe that I had to do a little tune called Goober Peas. You know, when I was growing up, we had time to time doing songs like, well, we call them 60s tunes. Remember, this was the 50s. The 1960s hadn't occurred yet. We meant 1860s. The songs of Gettysburg. One of the ones we like to do is a little tune called Goober Peas. Anybody here know what Goober Peas are? We go to the movies, buy a box of goobers for what, $27? And they're chocolate-covered peanuts. A little tune that they sing in between battles to kind of take their minds off the seriousness of what was going on and the great struggle between the North and the South. And it's interesting because goober peas actually came from Africa. I mean, the term did. You see, peanuts by the Bantu tribe of Africa were called Nubas, spelled N-G-U-B-A. As can happen, words change through time. And I guess those southern folk stumbled over call them goobers. And the chorus goes like this. Bees, 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 bees. Goodness, how delicious. Sitting by the roadside on a summer's day, chatting with my messmate, pass the time away. Resting beneath the shadows, underneath the trees. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. Let's try that chorus, what do you say? Bees, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. I didn't see many people singing on that. You know, on the West Coast in California, they pay $100 a half hour for this kind of therapy. Oh yeah, I know, because I met the governor when he was governor. And he said, you know, could you do that goober pea again? It was Arnold. You probably have remembered him. When the horsemen pass, the soldiers have room to cry out their loud, Mr. But another pleasure and chanting of the moon, wearing out your rhyme, eating goober peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. Now just before the battle, the general hears a row. He said the Yanks are coming, I hear their rifles now. They turned around and wondering, what do you think we see? The Georgia militia, eating goober peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. Now I have to tell this story coming from Gettysburg, you know. My father decided he would use Abraham Lincoln as an example. When I was real young, he said, now, Ray, when Abe Lincoln was your age, he'd split a cord of wood, trudge 4 miles through the snow, and make it to school on time. I said, really, Dad? Yes, son. Then when I turned 16, when I was trying to get my driver's license, I remember my father saying, now, Ray, when Abe Lincoln was your age, he didn't try to get his folks to buy him a set of wheels. He made his own set of wheels. I said, what, Dad, a wagon? Yes, son. A little bit later on that day, I had a long time to think about what he'd been saying through the years. I ran into my father. I wasn't trying to be smart or anything, but I said, Dad, when Abe Lincoln was your age, he was president. Can I borrow the car keys this weekend? Maybe I'll be staying home. Well, I guess this song has lasted almost long enough. The subject's interesting. The jokes are kind of rough. I wish this war was over, but free from rags and fleas. We kiss our wives and sweethearts, gobble gobble baby, 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 baby. Goodness handle it just ain't good for pain. But goodness handle it just ain't good for pain. Oh, thank you. How about we go down to New Orleans in this next song? Wabash Cannonball, and I think we ought to do another train song. Here's one that a friend of mine, Steve Goodman, wrote. A book came out about us. Passed away years ago, but he left us with a great train song. On the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central, Monday morning rail. 15 cars and 15 restless riders, 3 conductors and 25 sacks of mail. Out along the southbound Odyssey, train goes out of Kankakee, goes back houses, farms and fields, passing cars that have no name in the graveyard, with old grain in the graveyard, the rusted automobile. Singing good morning America, how are you? Singing don't you know me, I'm your native son. I'm the train gone city of New Orleans, gone 500 miles a day, done each day. Cards with the old men in the blood car. Well, I bet you, boy, there ain't no one keeping score. Said, won't you pass that paper back that holds you on? I can feel the wheels are rumbling through the floor. And the sons of Pullman porters, the sons of engineers, all ride the father's magic carpet made steel. And mothers with their babes sleep around the two chimneys in the rhythm of the railroad field. Singing good morning America, how are you? Singing don't you know me, I'm your native son. I'm the train that comes to the city of New Orleans. I've been gone 500 miles today, it's done. And it's the twilight on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. And we're there and we'll be there by morning, with the Mississippi darkness rolling down to the sea. Oh, I almost forgot. Somebody asked me for a little Willie Nelson, so I guess I still have time. Singing good night America, how are you? Singing don't you know me, I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Oh, thank you. Here's a little tune about those late night mail order ads and what can happen if if you start ordering. I fell asleep last night with the TV on. Oh, what a dream I had. I dreamt I went and answered every single one of those late night mail order ads. And 4 to 6 weeks later, much to my surprise, the mailman came to my front door and I couldn't believe my eyes. When he brought Vegemite, the pocket fisherman too, illuminated, illustrated history of life, boxcar Willie with a kintsugi knife, a bamboo steamer, and a garden weasel too. In a tie-dye day glow souvenir shirt from Six Flags over Burbank. Well, the doorbell rang one morning and into the afternoon. I shook with fright as it rang all night by the light of the MasterCard moon. And there was parcel post in the pantry, UPS in the hall, COD to the ceiling. You know, I just couldn't pay for it all. I got the egg scrambler with a seal of meal carrying case, set up presidential commemorative plates so I could eat my eggs off the president's face, a minute mender and a needle letter knitter crochet, and an autographed photograph of Rin Tin Tin from Six Flags over Burbank. Well, I remembered I was dreaming, so I gave a mighty cheer. When I woke, it was no joke, I stopped was here. If you fall asleep with the TV on, let me tell you what to do. Rip the telephone out of the wall unless you want it to happen to you. You get the Vegemite, the pocket fisherman too, illuminated, illustrated history of life, and boxcar Willie with a kintsugi knife, a bamboo steamer, and a salad shooter too. And an all-expense paid weekend for 3 at Six Flags over Burbank. Oh, yeah. So thank you, thank you. Don't know much about history, don't know much about biology, don't know much of the French I can't seem to make my science book, but I do know that I love you, and this boy can only be with you. What a wonderful, wonderful world it would be. Don't know much about geometry, you know I'm not too good at trigonometry. Don't know much about algebra. Somebody come here and tell me what's line rule 4. But I do know 1 and 1 is 2. And if this boy could only be with you, what a wonderful world it would be. I don't pretend to be an A student, but I'm trying to be one. But maybe by being an A student, I can win your love for me. Just can't let it biology again. Don't know what's in my science. Too funny. I don't think I ever looked, but I do know that I love you. And this boy could only be with you. What a wonderful, 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 what a wonderful world it would be. Oh, thank you. friend recently. We started reminiscing about our early childhood. I can't believe some of the misconceptions we had. He claims when he was a kid he thought the name of this country was Tisavie. I remember thinking for the longest time that LMNOP was one letter. But we both agreed that when we were younger we could remember everything, whether it happened or not. I had an old friend once told me, he said, you know, Ray, wisdom comes with age, and many a true word is spoken through false teeth. Where I grew up, there's an old coot who lived around our way. You know, he claimed he'd figured out the world in his weird old sort of way. And I can still recall the very words he said. In between the tobacco that he chewed, he said, son, with time I think you'll find these old sayings to be true. He said, if at first you don't succeed, skydiving's just not for you. And a rolling stone can give a heck of a bruise. And you've probably heard the one good turn, and you get most of the blanket, and you can't put all your eggs in one cake and eat it too. Kid, you can't have everything, because where would you put it all? A bird in the hand is worth a dang, son, when you're trying to blow your nose. Now where there's smoke, there's dinner. Tends to keep a man thinner. And never bite the hand that feeds you, might just be your own. Well, I grew up and out and into situations you live with but never quite like. And I fumbled through the first few jobs till I got a good grip on life. And it wasn't so much the old man's lines that helped to get me through, but his smiling way of getting through the day that seemed to ring so true. He said, believe you me, if you think this is a solution, you're part of the problem. Of course, early on I thought it was wrong, but I guess it was mistaken. Now where there's a will, there's a won't. When in doubt, don't. It's a small world, son, but I wouldn't want to scrape and paint it. And you ever notice it's a penny for your thoughts, but you gotta put your 2 cents in? All I can say is the more things change, the more they remain insane. And after all is said and done, son, there's sure more said than done. So I've come to conclude, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you place the blame. I guess what we learn from history is we don't learn from history. So learn from history, son. Don't take it. Oh, thank you. I'd like to take you back to Scotland on this one. You know, in 1745, Bonnie Prince Charlie, as you may or may not know, invaded England. You know how England. They took England, at least part of England, for a while. And of course, when they apprehended the ringleaders, paid the ultimate fate. They took the low road. And the ones that were following them took the high road back to Scotland. But the ones that had that lesser fate said that, not to worry, we'll be in heaven so much sooner than you have to walk back. They were the ones that took the low road. Well, England was a bit angry about the incident, and of course they banned bagpipes and kilts. Shortly after that, that worked well, huh? Buy on bonny bags, buy on bonny praise. The sun shines bright on Loch Lomond. Pop me in, my true love will never begin. On the bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Take the high road, I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland before you. Call me in my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. It's there that we parted in yon shady glen on the steep, steep side of Ben Lomond, where in the Highland hills we view moon coming down in the glow. You take the high road and I'll take the low road, but I'll meet Scotland before you. Me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Birdies sing and the wildflowers spring, in sunshine the waters are sleeping. All the broken-hearted kings now second spring again. The world does not know how we're greeting. You take the high road, I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland before you. But me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. On the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Oh, thank you, thank you. You know, it seems like there's a warning label on everything these days, isn't it? Warning you that this is bad for you, that's bad for you. So I was in a local haunt up in Gettysburg, and a little tune about what the waitress passed on. I was sitting at Rose's restaurant. Waitress came up and said, "What do you want?" Looked at the menu and it looked so nice till she said, "Let me give you some advice. Spaghetti and potatoes got too much starch. Pork chops and sausage are bad for your heart. Hormone chicken, beef and veal. A bowl of ravioli is a dead man's meal. Bread's got preservatives, nitrites and ham. Artificial colors, jellies and jam. Stay away from donuts and run away from pie. Pepperoni pizza's a sure way to die. Sugar rocks your teeth, make you put on weight. Artificial sweeteners got sick to make. Eggs got cholesterol, it's fat and cheese. Coffee will ruin your kidneys, so does tea. Fish got mercury, red meat is poison. Salt's gonna send your blood pressure rising. Hot dogs and bologna got deadly red dye. Vegetables and fruits sprayed with pesticides. So I said, "What can I eat that's gonna make me last?" She said, "A small drink of water in a sterilized glass." Then she stopped, she thought for a minute, she said, "Never mind the water, this carcinogenics in." I got it from the table, walked out in the street, realizing there was nothing I could eat. I haven't eaten for a month now, but I'm feeling just fine. Because she did not mention, let's see, Yingling beer, and of course, Hauser's dry red wine. Good for the heart. It's a lesson too late for learning. Made of sand, made of sand. In the wink of an eye, my soul is turning in your hand. Now you're going away with no word of farewell. Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. That was the last thing on my mind. And are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? But I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. But that was the last thing on my mind. As I lie in my bed in the morning, without you, each song in my breast starts a horn. Without you, and are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? But I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. But that was the last thing on my mind. No, that was the last thing on my mind. Thank you. Baby, I'm on San Francisco Bay. Ocean line took the